What is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here for another video, and today we're going to talk about NG models and why I no longer cover them on this channel. So a lot of you may know that I cover model airplanes as one of the major portions of this channel. I also do real life aviation and aviation careers as well. But one of the things I should mention is that if you've been watching my videos for the last year, you may have noticed that my coverage of NG models has dropped off significantly, particularly with their release videos, because I do, whenever Gemini Jets makes release, I make a video for them. There's a couple of reasons why, and a lot of it actually really comes down to NG Models' own decision making and how that has affected the videos that I make in terms particularly of people who want to watch the videos and people who have interest in them. So NG Models is a manufacturer that makes 100 and now 200 scale die-cast model airplanes. They make very high quality models. Their molds are outstanding. They've released so many models, there's a huge variety, you can get whatever it is you want. And they're really, really good. I genuinely really like them. An example is one of the models of the year. This might actually end up being the model of the year. The Spirit Airbus 321 Neo by NG Models, really good. I flew on this exact tail from Fort Lauderdale to Chicago. What a gorgeous model it is. Such a nice plane, and I really, really love it. Great model, and it's one of my favorites of the year. And it's better than the Gemini Jets version that just came out. So the NG, great. They often will release a lot of models, like they'll often release different tail numbers. So if there's models you missed, you can just get the new release that they make quite regularly. And often they'll do releases where they now will do releases where they'll make 3 registrations at once. So if you want to collect multiple tails, great. And they also do regular reruns, and they have so many really high quality molds, it's very good. So what's there not to like? Well, there's a few things. One, the releases, particularly in the last year for NG models, have become kind of boring and repetitive. So we can actually look at the new releases, because I am actually going to talk about them in this video, because I thought I might as well, since I'm on the topic, talk about the releases. So I have them here on my phone. They first did an Air India 319. That's kind of cool. That's probably a good, useful model. They did a 320 here for air travel, 320 Neo special livery that hasn't been made before by NG or really anyone else. It's special, it's not really to my taste. And it's a Chinese model, so I'm not really interested in a lot of the Chinese narrow bodies. They next did an Avianca 320. This one is in the South City special livery. And this is where we start seeing issues. NG will often, when they start making a model, particularly for an airline, they will make as many models of that airline as they can. Like, so many, it's ridiculous. And this is like their, I don't know if it's the 10th Avianca model yet, but it's up there. They've made a lot of these in the last 6 months. I think this is actually their 8th Avianca model in 6 months. They have all been 320s, by the way, and there was a 320 Neo in there too, but mostly just 320s. That's a lot. It seems like quite a bit to make that, but we're going to get to this point. That's not going to be the end of it. We're going to talk about it again. Alright, China Airlines A221 Neo. That's genuinely an interesting, exciting model that hasn't been made yet before. We next get 2, not 1 but 2, Korean Air A321 Neos, registered Hotel Lima 8506 and Hotel Lima 8509. Now it's great to see the Korean Air A321 Neo. I think only Phoenix has made it so far, and theirs is not that good. So this one should be really, really good. The problem is, why do we need 2 at the same time? I get trying to make one, then maybe like 2 or 3 years later you make the other registration. But 2 at the same time, I don't know how well that's going to sell. Now maybe it will sell really well. And it's really easy to do because you just print a different tail number, but it's not, I don't get it. It's weird to me. But it's a good model. It's a big quality model. I just don't see the point in doing 2 at the same time. We have an Australia Post Qantas A330F. This is a recent addition to the Qantas fleet. So of course they're going to do what recently just came out, so that makes sense. We next see Air Mexico 737-700, a special livery. This one appears to be in the CDMX special livery, so whatever that is. Looks cool. We next have a re-release that I don't see the point of. This is Mercado Libre 737-800, bright yellow, cool plane, looks nice. My issue, why do we need another one? We just had one like 8 months ago. different tail number this time, but we just had this. And this is not exactly what I would consider to be a mainstream model. Not like a, say for example, an American Boeing 737-800, Ryanair Boeing 737-800, things like that you can make a lot of and people will keep buying. This is a fairly niche model. And so I don't see the point of re-releasing it so soon. Maybe after 5 years, maybe. But 8 months? Why? And we next have not one, not two, but 3 Swoop 737 MAX 8s. Now they just did 3 Swoop 737-800s. I don't know who's collecting all these Swoop models because Swoop just went under as WestJet reconsolidated them back into WestJet. So why make more Swoop 737s? Like they just did 6 in 2 months. It's 3 of the standard 800 and 3 of the MAX 8s. That's like all the MAX 8s they had. Like what's going on here? I didn't know the people that collected so many Swoop models. I mean, I'll probably pick up one of these MAX 8s and an 800 because they did fly into airports that I model and the deliveries will be around for a while. So it makes sense to buy them. If I remember, I saw Swoop 737-800 in Vegas, so it's worth picking one up for that. Again, we have 2 more of the same aircraft, Qantas 747 SP. This is like the 4th and 5th Qantas 747 SP we've seen. I don't see the point. Once again, why so many in such a short period of time? It does not make sense. We then have the 3rd North Atlantic Airways 787. The 3rd one. Why do we need 3 of the same plane? We do not. The answer is we do not. They next have a North 787 in the Air Europe hybrid color. We have a Trans World Airways, American Transair LT11. This used to be TWA LT11 and then was acquired by ATA, I believe. This was right around when TWA went under. So ATA got some of their LT11s, and so it's kind of like this hybrid scheme. It's kind of cool. We then have an Azul A350-900, but a special livery. And then we have not 1, not 2, but 3 Southwest 737-700s. And I could have sworn we just got 3 last month. Now these are slightly different. We get a split scimitar one, which this is a re-release from last month. And then we get 2 scimitar variants. It looks like the scimitars, are they standard? I think they're standard winglets. Although one is listed as with mismatched winglets. So starboard side has a blue, has a canyon blue scimitar winglet. Or a canyon blue standard blended winglet. That's kind of cool. I'll be buying that because that's different. I like when NG does these different unique models. I think that's cool. But why do we need 6 Southwest 737-700s in 2 months? I get they're gonna sell well. A lot of people are gonna buy them. I'll probably buy all 6 of them, being honest. But we don't need 6 of them. Maybe if you spread out over 2 years, that makes sense. But 6 in 2 months is a bit much. And then we finally have 2 Tupolev 154s, and we got Aeroflot and another Aeroflot. These are for 2 of the national carriers. So Aeroflot, Polis Airlines, and Aeroflot. Which one is this? Bulgarian Airlines. So for Bulgaria, Aeroflot had their sub-brands in other countries in which the Soviet Union occupied. So Poland being one and Bulgaria being another one. So they had these special versions of what's essentially the same airline, same state-owned airline, but with different titles near the back. So that's that. Those are the releases. You can see I'm not very pleased with them. I mean, as I'm looking at here, the only ones I'm gonna pick up will be a Swoop MAX 8. That's one I'm interested in. And then the Southwest 737-700s, if the color is correct. And I do kind of want a North 787, so I might pick one of those up at some point, but I'm not gonna pre-order it. So the issue comes from NG Models making so many of the exact same airplanes in such large quantities in short periods of time. It would make sense if they spread out. That'd be fine. But it doesn't make it as interesting when we do all of them all at once, all at the same time. Just be like, printer, money printer, airplane printer. You get Southwest, you get Southwest, you get Southwest, you get Southwest. More of all the same model. And it annoys me. And you feel like they could have build that space up with more interesting and unique aircraft. And so that's the first thing. That's the first big complaint. Why make the same models over and over and over and over and over again? When NG Models is selling, they have the ability and do make a lot of unique and interesting models. Obviously, make the mainstream, make the Deltas, the British Airways, the Air Asia, the Air Chinas, the Southwest, the airlines that make you money. That makes sense. The ones people are going to buy. But you also have the ability to make the unique niche models that people are interested in. And I feel NG Models often kind of ignores that demographic of buyer for just make money print, money print, money print. Let's make 16 of the same plane. Why? It don't make sense to me. So that's my first issue. The next one is, and this has to do with YouTube in particular, there just isn't as much interest for NG Models as there is for Gemini Jets. And I'm going to prove that by putting some examples up on the screen of some videos I've made. So I do NG and Gemini Jets release videos, and you'll notice the performance is consistently better for Gemini Jets than it is for NG Models. There's clearly more of an interest in the Gemini Jets brand than there is for the NG Models brand. Now it makes sense, Gemini Jets is the biggest player in the space. They're the largest model aircraft manufacturer, they sell the most units, and they get the most interest. That just makes sense. However, NG Models makes more models. Their models are very high quality. In fact, a lot of people would argue they're better. And they don't get as much interest though. And they also tend to sell out. NG Models tend to sell out their production runs very quickly. So you might be like, what's up with Gemini Jets perform better? Considering that Gemini Jets actually gets a lot of negative press. In fact, they've gotten negative press from me on this channel here. So why does NG Models perform worse than Gemini Jets? And it just seems to be there's not as much interest in NG Models as there is in Gemini Jets. And this is not just across my YouTube channel or across my Instagram or social media channels. I've noticed this on other YouTubers as well. NG Models does not perform as well as Gemini Jets. There just is more interest in Gemini Jets. And particularly with where I am right now in life, where I can only realistically make 1-2 videos a week, I really need to slim down the videos that I make and pick videos that you all really want to watch. So Gemini Jets is more of an interested company in terms of what you guys really want to watch. And so because of the fact I can only make so many videos a week, I'm going to cover Gemini Jets more than I will NG Models. That just is the way it is. It just works best to do it that way. NG Models will still be getting coverage. I do still find ways to cover other manufacturers. There's going to be a top 10 models of the year video coming out. Spoiler, there'll be several NG Models in that video because they do make outstanding models. And so often I like to cover other models in other ways. My Model Aircraft News monthly video is a way I cover different manufacturers. I'm very, very happy to be able to make these videos. I do still try and make them the highest quality as possible, and am guaranteeing that this year I'll get you out at least one video every week. And so far I've been able to maintain that, and that's my goal, promise to y'all. This year, at least one video a week. I can guarantee that. So that's basically it for this video. Hope you understand now why I don't really cover NG Models anymore like how I used to. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any ideas for how I can sprinkle NG Models content into the videos with ways that you guys actually want to watch it, because it's pretty clear that the release videos, you all don't really want to see that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.